let's go on to tip number 10. Okay. Get smart with, I've cried so much, my nose is full. Get smart with a dollar sign. Let's face it, that having a child who has special needs is expensive, and it's more expensive than having a child who doesn't have special needs, right? There's things that you're going to have to do. There's going to be work that you're going to miss. There's going to be times when you're going to have to make choices, prioritize again how you're going to spend your money. So, but here's the thing, there is more help and support for autism now and funding for autism treatment than there's ever been before. I can't guarantee how long that's going to last. None of us should get squishy comfortable with that and assume that it's going to be great, because the truth is it's already starting to diminish because insurance companies are making people go through bigger and bigger litmus tests to be reauthorized for treatment. So that's part of why I said at the beginning, use everything that you can, because there's no guarantee how long you're going to have it. But it's bigger than that. You got to use your resources in the way that make the most sense. So I loved that somebody sat down early on with us and said, make a list. Put all of your assets over here, and then put any challenges that you can immediately think of on this side. And then let's look at the asset column and say, is there anything here that can help out with that? You're also going to have to start asking yourself, what requires me and what doesn't require me? It may have been, that you were the PTA president and that you always ran the PTA bake sale. But you might have to have a hard conversation with yourself and say, will the PTA bake sale happen without me if I don't do it? Will somebody else take it on? And maybe they won't do it quite the way I wanted them to do, but the PTA bake sale is not in my top 10. Not this year. It might be in another year. And so you say, I'm letting go of that for now, not forever, but I'm letting go of that for now, because I'm going to focus my energies on something else. So you ask yourself, what can you do that nobody else can do? I'm going to tell you that it's very likely that there is financial help for you that will also help you separate. You're going to need to know what you need to do and what other people need to do. There are states in the United States that already have grants in place to help families to be able to support their kids. Here in California, there is funding through the state uh, where you have to apply for it, and it takes a long time, sometimes upwards of a year, but they will pay you to take care of your child. So what they do is they evaluate and they look and they go, okay, what can a child who's 6 years old who doesn't have any additional challenges do? And what does a parent of a child with special needs have to do that's above and beyond that? So a 6-year-old, we really can't expect that a 6-year-old is doing their own laundry and paying their own bills, right? That would be crazy. But we would expect for a 6-year-old to be able to do other things by themselves. Like a 6-year-old might be able to take a bath by themselves and be trusted to be alone for 10 minutes in the bathtub. Depends on the 6-year-old. I don't want to, you have to know for your 6-year-old. But for a lot of kids on the autism spectrum, I would say that's a big no. That, I would not know. I would want to be in that bathroom and make sure that they're water safe and that they're okay. My goodness, the number one cause of death for autism is drowning. I wouldn't suggest leaving a 6-year-old on the autism spectrum in the bath alone. So now somebody has to be in there while they're doing it. A 6-year-old without challenges probably can dress themselves, but a 6-year-old on the spectrum might need help and support to do that. And that is time. A 6-year-old who doesn't have challenges goes to school, and they're at school, and then they come home from school. A 6-year-old on the spectrum goes to school and then has to be picked up and driven to the center to have autism services. That means someone has to pick them up in the car and take them to the center and then come back and get them. That's all time. And so the state of California looks at that and says, we will pay you for anything that's above and beyond. And there's a whole evaluation process that they go through. And it's an amazing an amazing thing for families in the state of California. We're hoping that more states will do that. But we are seeing other things happen in other states. There are grants in the state of Colorado that are for autism parents. And I can't go through all of the different states and all of the different things they have, partially because it's a lot, which is great, but ours also partially because I don't even know all the things that are available in your state. So this is why you got to get smart. I suggest finding an autism group that's local, where you can go, and it can be online. These things have all gotten virtual. You can go there and ask questions of other families. There's always one mom who's got the skinny, who knows all of the things, and you want to make friends with her. Sometimes it's a dad. I don't want to be sexist, but whoever it is, you want to make friends with them and say, "Can I buy you a coffee and pick your brain for a second?" Right? We want to be respectful of their time, but usually that parent is thrilled to share what they know because it was hard earned. And if they can save you time, it feels good. Right? And they'll say to you what was said to me when I said to a family, "How am I ever going to repay you for showing me good quality ABA? When I think about where we might have been, how am I ever going to repay you?" And what they said was, "Shannon, you pay that forward, girl. You get right out there and you make sure you tell other people. And look where I am." Right? So this person will say, "Make sure you tell the next one." And that's how we go. That's how we do this. Si se puede, right? Holding hands. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Everybody gets squishy about the money thing. Don't get squishy about the money thing. It might make the difference of whether you're able to do all the things that you want to do and stay sane and not lose your house or your car or whatever. So get super smart. Eventually, too, you're going to see. Right now, you're like, I don't know any of these. There's grants. Really? Yes, there's a lot of funding that's out there, but you got to key into it. And it's all different, and it's all different criteria. So go where the people know and ask questions. The other thing that I'm going to say to you is that once you start to identify grants, you got to think realistically and smart. So, for instance, you will find that there are some grants that are just for iPads. Okay, great. And then there are other grants that are for other things that include iPads, but maybe include a trampoline, that you could get a trampoline for your child in the background because they like to bounce, right? So don't waste the trampoline money because and say, "Well, I got an iPad with that grant." If it says there's a grant that's only for an iPad, use your money there. And the one that says we can do an iPad or a trampoline, use it for the trampoline. I know that sounds like an embarrassment of riches, but an equality problem, but get smart. Be willing to look at this from the point of view of somebody that says other people have figured this out before. So there must be a way. So I'm going to figure it out. I also love to say that when you're going after Moby Dick, pack the tartar sauce. So don't you love that from Life's Little Instruction Booklets? When you're going after Moby Dick, pack the tartar sauce. So if your goal is to help your child to make the most progress, to have the best life that they can have, then part of that is setting yourself up to be financially okay. What was the third thing on my list? Making sure that we weren't homeless, right? Or was that second? No, it was third. Uh, and can I tell you, I didn't do so good on this. I stopped asking because I asked a group of people and they were like, "No, there's nothing." Uh, there was stuff there. I didn't know about the state paying for me to take care of my child. If I had, I don't know, things would have been different. I don't want you to go through what we went through. So get smart. All right. So those are my top 10 tips. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.